The Big Ten and SEC continue to set the standard, and Arion Carter suspension reduced. All right, what's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode. Man, we got a lot to get into today, man, and all the big news coming out of Tuesday. So, man, I just want to talk about a little bit of the SEC and Big Ten continue to set the standard, man. And for me, I love that they're doing this, right? Because it feels like the NCAA has no oversight, right? Nothing that they're able to do to change these things. And I love that the SEC and Big Ten are continuing to set the standard, right? When we go back, for our public graphic, we talk about what they did to come together against, Brendan Shoresby and Texas Tech and what they were trying to do with a player that gambled on games. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter if you played, the integrity of the sport at that point is compromised. The fact that they were able to do that then, Georgia, all those teams and programs in the Big Ten going up against that, and then went play Texas Tech, and they're doing it yet again, right? And it's crazy we're seeing this foolishness when the season's about to kick off. Literally, this week is week 0. We have games literally this week, and it's crazy these teams are having to implement this. And for the ones that are not, obviously Ryan Day, we talked about it on my TikTok, and being a guy like, yeah, we're gonna do what's best for Ohio State. We might look into it. But for Lane Kiffin, it's like, bro, you go and get Daquan Wright. You go and get obviously the New Orleans Saints defensive lineman. Like, I'm not saying he's cheating the system, but at the same time, bro, it has to make sense, right? You're getting players that were on NFL rosters. In what way has that ever been okay? It's like you can't just continue to take advantage of kind of glitches in the system and these rulings that are made by these judges because it's just messing stuff up. You got lawsuits coming out. You got players trying to play that or NFL rosters not too long ago. Like I always said, there needs to be a league of development. There needs to be a league that these college players can go to if they do get cut and go develop and then go back up. But it doesn't need to be college football, right? You're running the sport and it's already a selective number of spots for high school football players. And now that number dwindles. And now college football players playing with pro players. Like, we just don't need that. So I want to give credit where credit is due. And I just want to shout out the SEC and everything that they're doing and everything they're bringing to the forefront. And obviously, just being, at the forefront of this and deciding to not allow things to ruin the sport. And I think it just calls for the passage more so of Protect the Sports Act, which does away with a lot of this stuff. The 5-for-5 rule, which is very important. The one-time transfer, all that stuff matters. But here was basically the statement the SEC basically released, and they said following meetings with presidents, chancellors, um, and athletic directors of the Southeastern Conference, the SEC will enforce the following policy. An SEC institution is not permitted to have an athlete on its roster who has previously declared for NFL, NBA, or WNBA draft and did not appropriately withdraw, sign a contract with an NFL or other professional football league, NBG league or WNBA or affiliate team, or been listed on an NFL or other professional football league, NBG league, or WNBA or affiliate roster. The commissioner is authorized to enforce this expectation with penalties against member institutions. Now, the Big Ten today also had a ruling that they came out with, that I also want to obviously highlight and to talk about. Give me 1 second. And here it is. They were the first. So credit to the Big Ten. This is what the Big Ten had. Big Ten set to pass a rule on Tuesday that would prevent players from returning from the NFL to play for a Big Ten school. Per Pete them, any player who was declared for NFL draft and did not withdraw, appeared on the NFL roster or signed a contract with a pro league, would not be able to join a Big Ten roster. Right. So they were obviously the first in this and decided obviously this. And again, I love that this is happening, and it sucks that these conferences are having to do it. And what sucks for the NCAA is giving them more ammunition to want to break away, right? To want to do away because it's like, why are they having to issue this rule, set this foundation for this to go into effect and for this to happen, right? And it's pretty much rendered the NCAA powerless to a certain degree. It's just the case. So hopefully, Big Ten, SEC, they get on board and they signed this Protect the College Sports Series Act, or you could see these two conferences decide to break away, right? It shouldn't come to this, but with so much divisiveness going on with the sport in an absolute frenzy shit show, I couldn't blame them for wanting to leave. It's just ridiculous. They have to come up with these rules themselves as conferences, as commissioners, in order to stop the damage of the sport. Right? It's absolutely insane. And before I get into the point about Arion Carter, I just think it's very simple. Right? Make the line very simple. Once you decide to declare for whatever professional league, that is it. Your college days are done. Right? You made that decision. You have to live with that decision. If it didn't work out, you find a job, right? Or you go to an XFL or UFL. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go overseas and play. Right? That is what it should be. There should be no, oh, I played in the NBA, I'm gonna go back now. No. Once that happens, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You get a 5 for 5. You can spend literally 5 years in college. Then it used to be a thing. It used to be had to be 4 years, and then you'll see if you pursue a master's, you get the fifth. They give you 5 years of college basketball, women's college basketball, college football. What more do you need when this act passed? What more do you need? That's it. And I hate it because these judges are passing these rulings and it's affecting the sport. And you have all this massive movement and these rosters. Some of these rosters obviously already filled. Some rosters are still adding pieces and players. And bro, we got kickoff literally this weekend. The hell are we doing? Make it make sense. So for me, it's blasphemous. It's wild. And with all these rulings, we have the most blasphemous of them all. Arion Carter. How in the hell is he still suspended for taking $427 in tickets, but you're letting NFL players back into college football, right? Without the conferences showing up and saying these things and banning, these players to come back to their leagues, into their conferences, you know what I'm saying? It would be a free for all. They can come back and play. Like, what the hell are we doing? What in the hell are we doing? But we're going to still suspend him for taking flight tickets from an agent to a draft. Doesn't make sense. He shouldn't be suspended at all, in my opinion. Shouldn't be suspended at all. He should be playing week 1. The good thing for Tennessee is your 4 game slate is interesting. It's manageable. You need to go 3-1 during that slate. You got Furman, you got Georgia Tech, you got Texas. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously the other team that's entered the 4th team. I can't think of right now. Let me find. Oh, Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State. That's what it is. But for you, Furman is a warm-up tune-up game for you. So you feel good because you're gonna have a week 2 when you really need them on ESPN. We play against Georgia Tech. But bro shouldn't be suspended at all. Good, high character individual, one of the best linebackers in the nation, in my opinion. Can argue with your mama about that one. But if we're gonna have all this influx in and out, you know what I'm saying? How are we gonna suspend bro? You know what I'm saying? For games. Doesn't make sense. It is so backwards. You know what I'm saying? So, man, hopefully we get some type of resolution. Hopefully get some type of understanding of what's going forward. And like I said, things have to change because the road they're going on. Obviously, I know it's not amateurism anymore. Obviously, I know it's a new thing, new league now, but it has to make sense, right? It has to make sense. And pro players going back to college makes no sense. You've declared, you've done the documentation, you've withdrawn from school, you've done everything you needed to do in order to do that process. There should be no going back and playing in college. You go get your degree, sure. Playing, nah. You gave that up already. You already gave that up. So for Aaron Carter, yes, it sucks. He shouldn't be suspended at all. But at least it's only a game, bare minimum. It shouldn't even be that. It shouldn't even be that. But one game, you live with it, it's okay. Cool. But you're gonna be there for Georgia Tech game, which is more important for Tennessee. Right? We don't know how big of a win that could be for them if they pull that off. Right? We don't know. And with a freshman quarterback, you gotta have a defense that's potent and is doing his thing and flying around to the ball. You know what I'm saying? But still blasphemous. He's getting a 1 game suspension, in my opinion. But hopefully, like I said, we see some change. Hopefully, we see different things coming to the horizon. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable, man. And credit to these 2 leagues. I know some feel some type of way about both of them, but at least they're stepping up in a time of frenzy and confusion and all kind of things going on in the sport and things that don't make no damn sense. These 2 continue to step up and they continue to make the things necessary they do to help the sport itself. And they deserve credit for that. Honestly, I clown sometimes troll the SEC, but they deserve credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Say it for what you want. And credit the Big Ten for being first there. Credit them because without them, we don't know what else would happen. But credit them for being first to disallow this, and hopefully more step up to the pike. But that's all for today's video, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned tonight for my college football show. I'm also going to have Team 478 at 8 o'clock. Man, they're going to have their high school football show. And then we're interviewing some great athletes like Brody Fleming from Bluffton County and so many more. So y'all stay tuned for that at 8 p.m. live on Najeh Wilkins YouTube channel. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hype up, and make sure you join and become a member today. And please, 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 let me know other video ideas y'all want to see on the channel. College football season is right around the corner. It's pretty much here. Next week is when this week it starts, but next week is when it's week 1 officially. So I would love to continue to give you guys content you want to see. Till next time, peace, love, and blessings.